just want to check in. Love it.
Please be seated. Welcome to the May 2023 School of Nursing Convocation. I love graduations, and this is the best class ever. And this is my last graduation as dean, so it's very special to me to be here with you tonight. And we are so pleased to welcome the graduates, the friends, and family members who are joining us in person at the Bass Concert Hall on the UT Austin campus, as well as those of you across the nation and the world who are watching this by live stream video. The faculty and other administrators at the University of Texas at Austin School of Nursing are proud today to recognize 150 very special graduates. Among the graduates, we are proud to recognize in this ceremony 7 students who will receive the research-focused Doctor of Philosophy or PhD degree, and 24 students who will receive the highest degree in clinical practice, the Doctor of Nursing Practice. Today, 51 students will receive their Master's of Science in Nursing degree, and 9 students will receive their postmaster's certificate. And last but absolutely not least, we are very proud to recognize 59 students who will receive the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. As we begin our ceremony this evening, I would like to recognize the faculty and the staff at the School of Nursing who've supported our students during this very challenging educational journey, as well as the many clinical and community partners who've provided the essential experiential learning. Our faculty includes experienced, renowned teachers, clinicians, and researchers who strongly believe that the nursing profession is vital to the public good. Throughout their teaching at all levels of the curriculum, the faculty are committed to preparing students to address the many significant healthcare challenges of the 21st century. I would like to give special recognition to our faculty marshal for today's convocation, Dr. Danica Sumter. Dr. Sumter is leaving her faculty position at the end of August, and we want to give her a very special thank you for her leadership and dedication to our students and programs at the School of Nursing. Faculty, please stand. Thank you. Please be seated. I am confident that most of you have heard it said, what starts here changes the world. Well, I would venture to add, what starts here in this highly ranked School of Nursing, with this exceptional faculty, students, and graduates, not only changes the world, but will help heal the world. Now, that isn't because we prepare our students with all the specific technical and clinical skills and knowledge they will need in the professional practice of nursing, although we most certainly do. And it isn't because we provide them the necessary foundation upon which they can build successful and rewarding careers in clinical settings or research or in academia, although we do that as well. We say what starts in this School of Nursing can help heal the world because in the great tradition of the University of Texas at Austin, we prepare our students to be continual learners and courageous leaders whose care for individuals and families in our community combines the latest in the art and science of nursing. Tonight, we celebrate the graduation of 150 students. And if we assume that each of these graduates will have at least a 30-year career in nursing. Now, some of y'all are a little older, so maybe you won't get 30 years in, but some of you are younger, so you will help add that out. And if we think that during those years of your career that you touch the lives of just 12 patients per week, and that's a very low estimate, these students graduating tonight will affect the lives of almost 3 billion persons in our healthcare systems. That is impact and it is opportunity to help heal and change the world. The core purpose of the University of Texas at Austin is to transform students' lives for the benefit of society. And that has never been more important than in these last 3 years, when we face the massive public health crisis of the COVID-19 pandemic. Nurses and these nursing students were on the front lines when there were no vaccines and few treatments. Our students and our faculty have worked together in clinical settings and in the community to bring preventive care to all. These students worked collaboratively with students and faculty from nursing, medicine, pharmacy, and social work to administer more than 175,000 COVID-19 vaccines to the UT and local community. It is fair to say that the need for and the value of nurses, especially these well-educated Longhorn nurse leaders graduating today, has never been greater. I feel incredibly privileged to be here today in what will be my final graduation and convocation as Dean of the UT Austin School of Nursing. Among these outstanding graduates and their friends and families who have come to celebrate and recognize their success, I can promise you that these baccalaureate, master's, and doctoral graduates all understand the urgency and necessity of striving for excellence in healthcare practice and delivery, education, and research. And the last 3 years have reminded the world of how critical nurses and nursing leadership are to not only the quality of care and well-being of our nation, but our very survival. Each one of us, and all of you in the audience, that includes you, will someday need a nurse. And you should know that there's a strong body of evidence supporting that the education of nurses and the quality of nursing care is linked to a variety of positive health outcomes, including decreased hospital readmission rates, decreased infections, and lower mortality rates. So your very survival is linked to your nursing care. The Robert Wood Johnson Foundation states that excellence in healthcare, and even more importantly, excellence in supporting and promoting health in our population, is about providing every person the means and the opportunity to live the healthiest life they possibly can, so that the opportunity to achieve health is not a matter of chance related to your place of birth or your ethnicity or your income or other personal factors. This broad vision of health cannot be accomplished without nurses. As I suspect many of you in the audience know, nurses make up the largest group of healthcare professionals, more than 4.3 billion in the United States, and year after year, nurses are identified as the most trusted profession by the American public. As we look at the challenges facing us today, and there are a great many of those, including the need for healthcare redesign that focuses on value-based care and patient and provider satisfaction, we can see it is absolutely essential that nurses are part of the team leading these efforts. Nurses as a group are strong-willed and passionate about their work. Believe me, they are. They care deeply about those in their care, regardless if it's the intensive care unit or an entire public health system. Yes, change is difficult, but I can assure you that nurses know how to get difficult things done, because that is what nurses do and nursing students must do every single day of their professional lives. If we are to make a difference and change the world that we live in and practice in, then it is imperative that we better communicate a vision and have the courage to change how healthcare is provided in a more equitable fashion, and that we acknowledge the incredible hard work and dedication necessary to seeing that vision through. My question to all of you graduating today, are you determined to see that these changes happen? And perhaps more importantly, after you've passed your NCLEX exams or your national certification exams and completed your orientations and your residencies, what role will you take in making change happen? Always remember the difference that each of you can make through your impact on our world and our healthcare system. We will now have congratulatory remarks from a representative of the graduate degree candidates. Allison Farrow, the graduating PhD nursing student, will speak on behalf of the graduate students. Allison.
Good evening. My name is Allison Farrow, and I would like to tell you a little bit about myself and my unique experiences as a nurse. I am the daughter of a nurse, a wife, and a mom of 3 beautiful children. I am graduating this evening with my PhD in nursing science. Before starting school, I served as an officer in the United States Army Nurse Corps, serving all over the globe with a diverse group of people in arguably the most complex healthcare system in the world. I have served in clinical, recruiting, and educational roles, and had the distinct opportunity to lead soldiers as a commander. I served in Honolulu, Hawaii, overlooking the historic Pearl Harbor, and in the mountains of Afghanistan during the surge of the war in 2010. at the U.S. Army Institute for Surgical Research, at the Department of Defense's only burn center, as well as many other unique and challenging assignments. Now, I would like to bring us back to 2019 when two things happened. A lot of us, including myself, started our programs, and that was the time when COVID-19 was named as a virus that would soon surge worldwide, calling on nurses and other healthcare professionals around the globe to respond. Thus began in our journey to develop in our roles as nurses, not knowing what the coming years had in store for us. While I had been a nurse for over a decade before this life-changing event, some of you did not get the chance to experience the profession of nursing before COVID-19. Speaking of our profession, I want to ensure that we truly understand the meaning of this momentous day. As nurses, it's not just about receiving an academic degree after having completed our studies. Instead, today signifies that we are entering into the profession of nursing, or have continued our nursing education to fill advanced roles as professional nurses. Being a professional is significant and comes with its own set of responsibilities and standards. Generally, professionals are highly skilled and educated, usually hold a widely recognized appointment or licensure, provide a service to meet a societal need, and are held to a high ethical standard by the public. No pressure. Nursing is also known as the caring profession. I have always thought of nursing and caring synonymously. So, in addition to my sincerest congratulations, I would like to offer some words of inspiration and encouragement as we reflect on the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic and what this means for our future profession. As I'm a nurse scientist now, I will limit my remarks to only 3 things, because research states that's the maximum number of items that one can retain. First, every experience we have will prepare us for our next challenge. As military nurses, our motto is fight tonight. In other words, be mission ready to carry out our roles as combat nurses at any moment. You may have thought that we were unprepared for the challenges of COVID-19, but I argue that we were in some ways. We have all had experiences that prepared us to serve as nurses or student nurses during the pandemic. Perhaps some, including faculty, have experienced caring for the wounded in a combat zone. Some have experienced the AIDS epidemic, many variations of the flu and other viruses, natural disasters, 9/11 and its aftermath, countless changes in nursing, which in essence have made our profession stronger. In early 2020, nurses, including military nurses all over the world, mobilized to fight this never-before experienced pandemic, and thus we all had to fight tonight. A Civil War nurse and founder of the American Red Cross, Clara Barton, was once nicknamed the Angel of the Battlefield. Today, there are many angels fighting different kinds of battles. Just as our previous experiences have helped prepare us for the challenges of COVID-19, so too will our experiences with COVID-19 prepare us for the coming challenges that we will inevitably face. Second, the strength of our profession is our people. We need to keep ourselves and our communities strong. Staying physically fit has allowed me to take care of myself and deal with the stressors of being a doctoral student. I have also stayed connected to the Army Nurse Corps community through committee work and research collaborations, and to the community at UT through my role as the president of the Graduate Nursing Student Association, or GNSA. The mission of GNSA is to promote educational, professional, and social interactions among and between students and faculty in the School of Nursing and with other members of the nursing profession, hence building our community. These practices have been very rewarding to me and helpful, and I would encourage you to find ways to take care of your well-being and that of your communities. Together, we are stronger. Are you ready? I really want you to do this. Look beside you. Look in front of you. And look behind you. These are our brothers and sisters that we will continue to rely upon for strength during our next challenge, just like we have during our time at UT and throughout the pandemic. My final point. The road may be slow and bumpy in our efforts to advance in our own nursing careers, and there may be times where we are frustrated and want to give up. Because we have collectively lived through the experiences brought forth by the COVID-19 pandemic, we have already witnessed more human suffering and uncertainty than some have in their lifetimes. Because of this, we have already learned and grown so much, building on those foundational skills we learned here at UT. If, in the future, you feel defeated, build upon and cultivate your strengths, and know that improvements are not made overnight. Hopefully, we can all keep in mind why we went to nursing school. Remember our patient experiences where we truly made a difference. And remember what it feels like to be sitting here right now, having accomplished something great. Soak it all in. I remember many patient experiences where I know I made a difference in their lives, but many have made a difference in mine as well. The significance of serving as a nurse in the military is that my patients are my brothers and my sisters. They wear or wore the same cloth of our nation as I do. One patient will be hard to forget. He had the same first name, the same birth year, and the same rank as my husband, and they were both serving in the Army Reserves. Starting out, I already had a connection to this patient, but I didn't say anything to him about it. He was diagnosed with an aggressive form of cancer and was receiving chemotherapy. He experienced a severe side effect of the treatment, which is known as Stevens-Johnson syndrome. As a result, the skin over his entire body was affected, blistered, died, and began to shed. He required full body dressing changes from his scalp to his toes. I saw him go through this experience and decline rapidly. One day, during the beginning of this journey, when I was assigned as his nurse, he could no longer feed himself. That day must have been one of the lowest days of his entire life. After all, he was a military officer, normally strong, brave, and responsible for the well-being of others. But from one day to the next, he could not do the most basic function that we take for granted. I realized that I needed to take charge of the situation when he was powerless. It was up to me to ensure that he was treated with dignity and humanized. Most importantly, I needed to show him that I truly care, although I was struggling with the similarities between him and my own family member that made me sad. As nurses, we have tremendous power to heal, and it is our personal responsibility to create a healing environment. My time caring for that patient made me remember why I became a nurse, and his memory has since reinforced how nurses make a big impact in the lives of others daily. Again, as a nurse scientist now, I would be remiss if I did not provide data and statistics to support my claims about nursing professionals. As we heard from the dean, nurses are the largest single group of healthcare providers and are therefore the backbone of healthcare. Nurses are consistently voted the most trusted nursing professionals by the coveted Gallup poll. Every year since its creation in 1999, except for 2001, when firefighters were ranked higher. Nurses and other medical professionals also saw a bump in polling in 2020 as the global pandemic rightfully elevated the image of our profession. Hopefully, we can remember these 3 points. Remember how I talked about building upon our strengths? Now is an excellent opportunity to build on our accomplishments from our time at UT and through the challenges of the global pandemic. We are stronger and more resilient than ever, prepared for whatever comes our way, strengthened by each other, and the knowledge that the world is counting us as trusted nursing professionals. Again, no pressure. I would like to congratulate and thank every nurse in the room for all that you have done for our profession, and in advance for what I know you will continue to do in the future. To our families, we appreciate the support and understanding that you have provided us during our programs. We could not have done it without you. A very special thank you goes to our faculty and staff at the School of Nursing for your unwavering dedication to the students sitting here in this room and for years to come. Thank you.
We will now have congratulatory remarks from a representative of the graduating undergraduate students. Marissa Rawls, the graduating Bachelor of Science in Nursing student, will speak on behalf of the students.
Oh, this is nice. Good evening, students, friends, family, and faculty. My name is Marissa Rawls, and I am a graduating, that's nice, undergraduate nursing student, and I would just like to say how great it is to be able to speak to you all tonight. First and foremost, I would like to preface this speech by saying that I didn't really tell anyone that I was planning on speaking at graduation, so not only am I happy to have kept a secret for so long, but also that I'm able to cross something off my bucket list, so that's nice. It is with great honor that I find myself standing in front of you all today, and I think the greatest honor is that I find myself standing before you beside some of the most selfless and giving people that I have met, and good thing they've chosen to go into the profession of nursing. As I look around this evening, I see professors that have worked endlessly to make sure that we're able to stand before you all today, even after the silence that would ensue after they ask a question during lecture. I look around and I see family and friends that have supported us every step of the way, every long step, through every tear, every early morning or late night clinical, and every nursing care plan that needed to be done after said early morning or late night clinical. Through every research topic that needs to be revised possibly over and over again, and every leadership project that needs to be completed, amongst many other things. And tonight, I see students, undergraduate and graduate students alike, Longhorn band members, dancers, readers, travelers, pet parents, human parents, intramural athletes, caregivers, and future nurses or nurses who have chosen to further their path in this profession. And tonight, I see many individuals who are about to embark on or may have already begun their journey towards change. Change. A word that has frightened me for so long, especially these last few years, but a word that I've come to embrace and welcome. I think that I can confidently say that every single person in this room has experienced change of some form or fashion, and maybe even the growing pains associated with transformative change. Like they said, we literally lived through a pandemic. I think that's more than enough change any of us need for the next couple of years. Many of us learn how to cope with change in all aspects of our lives, our family, our day-to-day activities, the way we interact with one another, the way we take care of ourselves, take care of each other, and the way that we're educated. So I think it's safe to say that many of us did not leave the pandemic unscathed, but that's okay. That's change. As I mentioned, change is a part of life and a most adored part of being a nurse. Change happens all around us every day. We change our clothes, we change our habits, And every semester, we change the type of nurse, nurse leader, or nurse scientist that we want to be. And hopefully, I'm not alone in that. Coming to UT, I thought I knew exactly what I wanted. Yep, I'm going to be an amazing nurse. Then I was prompted with the question, well, what kind of nurse? And I said, huh? Oh, yeah, sorry, I haven't gotten that far. Starting my first semester of clinical, I began to try and hone in on what kind of nurse that I can envision myself as. We started with inpatient rehab, and I immediately said no, which is funny in retrospect since I've been a nurse tech in acute rehab for the past year. Next, we moved on to med-surg on the ortho and neuro floors, and I said, okay, maybe, question mark. And as the semester dwindled down, it went back to immediately no. The next semester comes around and we start our mental health clinical, and although I enjoyed my time during that clinical, I was too emotional when I stepped foot on those units. I couldn't do it. Alas, we reached a sanctuary of women's services, labor and delivery, NICU, mother baby, and I immediately thought, yeah, definitely. Now I was back to the task of having to figure out which one, and I thought for sure labor and delivery. Going into my last semester of nursing school, my mind was rattled with a plethora of emotions: stress, worry, anxiety, nervousness, stress. I do realize that these are all like synonyms, but I had to let it be known the amount of stress that filled my cup over the past few months. And I'm sure that my peers could attest to this as well. Unfortunately, I am more of a pessimist or like a glass half empty kind of person, so please forgive me. With job applications opening up soon, although I felt content with my choice of becoming a labor and delivery nurse, it was still not set in stone. I had many thoughts. I thought, what about ICU? I think sedation and vasopressor seem fun. What about ED? I definitely need some cardio. I really like kids, but I adored babies. And as you can tell, that still wasn't enough to get me to a proper answer. Even weeks prior to applications opening, I still felt a sense of uncertainty deep in the pit of my stomach. I was uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable with having to constantly change my mind. I was uncomfortable with the fear of having to change my career path in the future. I was uncomfortable with being uncomfortable with change. How many of y'all have had to deal with change, big change recently? I'd like to ask y'all to kind of think about how those experiences may have made you feel. For me, I don't know if you were asking, but for me, I felt like I was having one of those dreams where you feel like you're falling out of the sky like over and over and over and over again. So yeah. Right before job applications began to open, I had an interaction with a patient that to this day, and even beyond tonight, I will always remember. I remember being so overwhelmed with my patient assignments at clinical, feeling as though I was drowning in tasks that needed to be done before the professor came. And even still, I continued to think about the critical decisions that I needed to make, what my future career would look like, how I would get there, what I was going to eat after my post-clinical nap. Decisions. After some time, I went in and checked on this patient and began talking with her as she finished eating her lunch. She spoke about her upbringing and how she grew up in East Texas, in an area not too far from where much of my own family lives. She explained how she got married at a young age and immediately began following her husband around the country as they frequently relocated since he was in the military. She told me that despite the ongoing changes in her environment, her love for teaching never ceased. It only transformed. As a proud second grade teacher, she hated the fact that every time she relocated, she found herself teaching a different grade level, always having to change her beloved teaching style to better suit her students and their needs. However, despite the feelings she had towards navigating change as frequently as she did, through every cross-country move, every change in lesson plans, she said that she embraced her time in each place that she found herself in. She wasn't worried about how long she would be there or where she would find herself next, only about how she could make the most of the change that knocked on her door ever so often. After her story, she seemed very interested in my time at UT and nursing school and wanted to know about my plans for the future. And I said, of course, just when I have no earthly clue about what I'm doing, of all people, a patient asked about my future. Let's talk about yours, please. In response, I truthfully told her that I had no clue. I was grappling with the myriad of possibilities about what unit I wanted to be in, what kind of nurse I wanted to be, what kind of nurse I should be. After some time and sitting in silence, she offered one statement: bloom where you are planted. I left her room that day grappling with what she could have possibly meant. I don't really know much about flowers or gardening in general, so I was a little bit confused by that statement. Nevertheless, oftentimes, we enter a patient's room only expecting to help them, to give to them, and to pour into them. However, after leaving the room that day, I found myself on the receiving end. After some time, and after sitting in that uncomfortable position that I had found myself sitting in for weeks, I began to constantly replay that quote in my mind: bloom where you are planted. I say all of this to say that although we may not know currently where we are going, where we are heading, or where we will end, one thing for certain is that we will find our place in this world, in this big, big world. For many of us sitting here tonight, our foundation may have begun long before today, before we were sitting here. However, as we begin our journey to grow, our goal in this world is to find the soil that enriches us, the soil with all the best nutrients, all the best minerals, and as much water as we need to fully thrive. We have found ourselves surrounded by immense support groups that have watered our paths along the way, our family, friends, and peers. We've continued to be nurtured by the myriad of educators in our lives, and we have been sustained by our experiences in the places that we have been or may not have yet gone, but will one day. Like plants who only grow in the soil that enriches them, where we choose to plant our roots and nurture ourselves will be the right place for us. And that's a fact. With all of the back and forth that I had done, trying to find the place that I felt I could plant my roots, I finally chose the NICU, a place encompassed by change, where even the most vulnerable and resilient population is able to navigate change without a second thought. I pray that we all have found, or will one day find, the place where our roots will advance the deepest and where we will fully blossom to the greatest extent and continue to change and transform. I would like to leave us here tonight with a quote by African-American author James Baldwin: "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." I encourage us all to continue to embrace change in every way, shape, or form that it arises in our lives. There are many hurdles and obstacles that we'll be tested upon and must overcome to continue walking in our purpose, on our destined path, although that path may be ragged and rocky, with a couple of mud puddles as well, and we may trip in there. But as we all know, we are not strangers to change, since what starts here changes the world. Therefore, I implore us all to take charge at change with open arms, an open mind, and an open heart. Forever Brooklyn Horns, thank you all, and congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Melissa and Allison. That was wonderful. At this time, we will recognize individually the candidates for graduation. We will begin, the moment you've been waiting for. We will begin with our doctoral and master's degree graduates and conclude with our graduates from the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program. As our new BSN graduates cross the stage, they will receive the official University of Texas at Austin School of Nursing pin. Pins indicating the initial program of a nurse date to the times of Florence Nightingale, when they were viewed as similar to military insignia. Each School of Nursing has its own pin, and on the pin our new nurses will receive today, you will note the star representing the state of Texas and symbols from the UT Austin Academic Shield. The Latin words quo ducat officium translate as wherever duty leads. These words, which have been part of our official pin for decades, hold special meaning given the many contributions of nurses and students on the front lines of this pandemic. I hope, undergraduate graduates, that you will wear this pin with pride and that it will serve as a continued source of inspiration for you in your chosen profession. Assisting in the recognition of degree candidates this evening are Dr. Alexandra Garcia, Assistant Dean for Graduate Programs and a professor, Dr. Laura Murphy, Graduate Advisor and Clinical Assistant Professor, Dr. Ben Nguyen, Associate Dean for Student Affairs and Lecturer, Dr. Anna Todd, Assistant Dean for Undergraduate Programs and Clinical Assistant Professor, and Dr. Nicole Murray, a Clinical Assistant Professor, and Dr. Larissa Brungut, clinical assistant professor, and Dr. Shalonda Horton, clinical assistant professor. So Dr. Garcia, where'd she go? There she is. I can't see her. Okay. Will now present by name the graduates who have completed their doctoral study in nursing, and then those who completed their study towards the Masters of Science in Nursing. And you all are going to come across and be hooded by Dr. Murphy, and then you're going to shake my hand. There's pictures all along, so pay attention, follow carefully. You'll want those. And then we'll be assisted by Dr. Ben Wynn, and who's our associate dean, and Dr. Horton will also join us on stage. So we're ready.
Thank you. Will the graduate degree candidates please stand and come forward? We will first recognize the Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing recipients. It's a long road to a degree. Emma Cho. Allison Farrow. Tara Siobhan Hudson. Fallon Alexis Jones Lemons. Caitlin Leggio. Kayla Longoria. Angela Preston. We will now recognize the Doctor of Nursing Practice recipients. Carrie Armstrong. Gabriella Elizabeth Chismadia. Kristen Christian. Andrew Davis. Laurie De Leon Escobedo. Jessica Drain. Samantha Eubanks. Regina Holmes. Juliana Ike. Karina Kalmbach. Bradley David Litzko. Alethea McCrae Mayberry. Marsha O'Brien. Cassandra Potvin. Jennifer Reeves. Elizabeth Marie Rowling. Amber Nicole Sherman. Rosa Linda Silvestro. Brittany Stanton. Joshua Thomas. Amy Lynn Tucker. Heather Ellen Creighton Walker. Kimberly Dennis Zachary. And now for our Masters of Science in Nursing and Postmasters recipients, Chelsea Abrigo. Aya Aiki. Alonso Esteban Alanis. Jawar Al-Khatani. Nolan Brian Andre. Alexandra Bladesdell. Natalie Ann Bode. Alyssa Carver. Mary Coughlin. Paige Coleman. Maria Eugenia Flores Dalton. Robert Egerton. Amanda Moira Franklin. Sasha Gabig. Annalisa Gonzalez. Marilyn Moore Henderson. Amy Hodges. Andrew Hoover. Olubakayo Ankiyemi. Maria Huey. Haley Cloverdance. Kristen Josephson. McKay Carol Kyle. Elizabeth Mary Lieber. Lisa Nicole Lopez. Stormy Lynn Lopez. Emily Maisel. Ashley Amber Moran. Hong Nu Nguyen. Richa Dipinkumar Patel. Ashley Elizabeth Philpo. Miyoshi Wikaya Robertson. Evelyn Russell. Marisa Salguero. Ana Sanchez Mata. Rachel Schroeder. Stephanie Schutz. Lila Tenenbaum. Thielen Megan Wells. Kelly Dyer Welty. Emily Williams. Amanda Wong. Leah Zimmer. And for our Postmasters certificate recipients, Shayna Jean Alexander. Caitlin Bastable. Jennifer Brown. Glenda Joyner Rogers. Reed Ludicky. Olivia Martino. Nancy Yadinopoli. And that's all for our graduating graduates. Dean for the undergraduate program, will present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree come forward? Catherine Gibson. Sydney Baldridge. Camille Aquatella. Tobechukwu Phillips. Gabriel Pérez. Alondra Barquera. Iona Maria Grace. Aubrey Michelle Rooney, Honors Program graduate. Madeline Hernandez. Leslie Resendez. Madeline Edwards. Migdalia Vasquez, Honors Program graduate. Drew Rendon. Amy Nguyen. Christine Olipas. Ivan Dolatina. Jose Escobar, Honors Program graduate. Kit Dang Pham. Audrey Marie Cram. Maria Victoria Lopez Garcia. Mikkel Renee Turpin Wood. Catherine Dominguez. Kiara April Gomez. Kenya Lorelai Andres. Leslie Magali Vasquez. Sherilyn Orozco. Madison Nicole Mendez Rodriguez. Kennedy Robinson. Tanyatan Jerubis. Zoe Jones. Michaela Artisan. Beth Ann Simmons. Megan Tregesser. Michelle Monroe Honors Program graduate. Madeline Ayer. Peyton Pull. Anna Demopoulos. Grace Emily Ganusho. Honors Program graduate. Shelby Alice Jones. Brianna Garza, Honors Program graduate. Salem Cook. Ariana Pauline Thomas. Samantha King. Laura Dawn Lee. Lee Sue Me Cho. Crystal Huang Long Honors Program graduate. Lynn Tran. Lexi Solis. Priya Rachel Samuel. Marissa Rawls. Chibuzo Goma Irene Igwe Honors Program graduate. Amy Tan Pham. Natalie Kine. Michelle Kim. Tram Lee. Rikuya Vitalia. Philip Hui Cao. Hui Bor Lei Honors Program graduate.
Congratulations to each and every graduate of the class of 2023. Would all degree candidates now please rise, turn, and recognize parents, spouses, relatives, and friends with essential. Your support is greatly appreciated. And I know the graduates join us in expressing their sincere gratitude to each of you. Please be seated, graduates, not quite through. We are very proud of the achievements and accomplishments to date of all our graduates. We know they will excel with integrity and the spirit that nothing is impossible. They will serve as leaders in nursing in Texas and beyond. And the quality of nursing and healthcare will be enhanced by their leadership, their critical thinking, and clinical judgment skills that they will use to serve society by promoting the comfort, dignity, and health of those they care for in their communities, around the nation, and around the world. Congratulations to each of you and your families and friends who now have their very own nurse to turn to for help. I've been asked by the university to convey additional information for those of you planning to participate in the university-wide commencement ceremony at the DKR Stadium on Saturday evening. That would be tomorrow. Degree candidates participating in the grand procession at the university-wide ceremony will be required to present a ticket as they begin the procession. Tickets are also required for all guests attending the university-wide ceremony. There's no limit to the number of guests a graduate may invite to the ceremony. Ticket information, as well as additional information related to safety and weather updates, are available on the university commencement website. Guests, admission is on a first-come, first-served basis. The stadium doors will open to guests at 6 p.m. and the ceremony will start promptly at 7:30 p.m. There's plenty of room for everybody. Following today's convocation, we ask that guests please remain seated until the platform party and all the graduates have cleared the auditorium. Thank you to all of you who have joined us in person and virtually. And congratulations to each of our May 2023 graduates and hookup.